Lucila. Lucila lives in a small town in Mexico, en un pueblito llamado Crescencio Morales, Michoacán. And she is a hard-working woman, yes, sir. Every morning before the sun comes up, she runs down to the river to fetch the water. Then she has to come back and make the fire, grind the maíz, make the tortillas, make the coffee, wake up the children, and then take them to school, prepare some coffee for the husband. But the husband, something has changed. The man has decided he prefers alcohol than family. More alcohol than family. So Lucila had to learn to go to the field. Oh, first she said, no, that is something para los hombres, for the men. Women don't do field work. Pero el hambre es canija. Oh, hunger can teach you many things. So Lucila learned to plant. She learned to weed. She learned to take care of the maíz when it was growing, and she learned to harvest. Aprendió a sembrar, a deshiervar, a cuidar la milpa, a cosechar. And she did so well this year that she actually gave a whole sack of maíz to the church para la fiesta de San Mateo. It feels so good to give un costal entero de maíz para la fiesta, the party of San Mateo. Things are good. Sometimes her children will tell her, oh, mother, qué vergüenza, no sirves para nada. You're good for nothing. Our clothes are always wrinkled. You're not good at ironing. And your food is bland. And then you're so dirty when you come to pick us up at school. It's embarrassing. Qué pena, mamá. And yes, they learned that from the husband. Because he will tell her, mujer, no sirves para nada. You're never home. A good woman has to be in her house. You're always out on the street, out in the field, and my food is never ready on time. It is always cold. No sirves para nada. But Lucila is happy because she has a roof for her family. She has food for everybody. And especially, there is a school, and her children are in that school, and for the first time in the family, there will be people that can read and write, and that is something you celebrate. And bad words are not that terrible. So Lucila works hard. Before the sun comes up, she runs down to the river to fetch some water. She comes back, she makes the fire. She must grind the maíz, hacer las tortillas, hacer el café. But something is strange today. There are no birds. At this time, normally, coffee time, the birds would be singing in the tree, squabbling away. So she walked out of the little house, and everything was dark. Todo estaba bien oscuro. She decided to drink a little bit of coffee while the sun came up. And when she went back outside, everything was dark. She saw her neighbors running by, going down to the plaza, a la iglesia, all arguing, what are we going to do? Because without the sun, we cannot live. Sin el sol, we are cold. Sin el sol, there are no seeds. There is no food. Lucila was going to run down also, but then she remembered, I know nothing. Yo no sirvo para nada, so why should I go down there? And she decided to go to her favorite place, a little mountain where she would go as a little girl. And she climbed there. She sat down. Oh, it feels so good to sit and do nothing. She felt the breeze. On her skin. and she saw the dark valley. She was so happy, tan a gusto. Suddenly, a woman's voice was heard. It was Zana, the moon, and she spoke in a firm tone. She said, "Mujer, vete al fin del mundo y despierta al sol." "Mother, I'm good for nothing, no sirvo para nada, ¿te acuerdas? How am I going to go to the end of the world and wake up the sun?" "Ah, you disobey," said the moon. And well, if there was one thing Lucila knew, is that you must not talk back to the higher powers. Los poderes, no hay que estarles rezongando, and she had already done it once. So Lucila went to her house. She grabbed her hat. She grabbed her rebozo. She grabbed her costal and filled it with tortillas, and she started to walk. Oh, Lucila walked and tripped. Caminó, se cayó, caminó, se cayó, caminó y se cayó y se cayó 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 veces until she got to the valley of shadows, el valle de las sombras. And suddenly, there she saw Millo el coyote, hiding from one rock to the other. Rustling on the ground was Kimi la víbora, the snake, hiding. And in the back, Fanteje, el venado, brincando, the deer jumping from one side to another suddenly. And she turned around and said, "Madre, ¿cómo?" And the moon smiled at her and said, "Trust yourself. You are wise." So Lucila looked down, and there she saw. She saw a big stick. She picked it up, and once she had it in her hand, she started to pound the ground, and her feet started to move naturally, just the way they danced once a year in the Fiesta de San Mateo. And slowly, her feet started taking her across the valley of shadows. Da licencia, bailemos, santo barrio de Chalma. Da licencia, bailemos, santo barrio de Chalma. And yes, she made it to the other side of the valley of shadows. Y empezó a caminar y a tropezar. And she walked and she tripped and she got up again and she walked and she walked. Y caminó y tropezó. Hasta que llegó a una gran montaña. That was a big mountain. It was a sharp mountain, and she knew that was the end of the world and that she had to climb way to the tip. Y empezó a subir, and she went up and up and up and up, and she didn't care if her knees, if her hands were bleeding. She wanted to make it so bad. And the wind who spoke to her in her ears, telling her, "Mujer, tú no sirves para nada. No vas a llegar. You're not going to make it. You are good for nothing, woman. You're not going to make it." But Lucila wanted to climb. All she wanted was to be at the top where the world ended. And yes, she made it. It felt so wonderful. And she stayed there for a few minutes. She sort of expected somebody to be there. Alguien tenía que estar ahí. Maybe Zana the moon, or maybe Ijiaru, el sol, dormido ahí, sleeping away. But there was nobody. And it's not every day that you go to the end of the world. So she said, "Well, maybe I can just look around a little bit, un poquito nomás." And she jumped on to the first cloud. Oh, it was so soft but firm, warm but cold. And then she jumped to another cloud, and yet another, and another. And Malva Rosura, Petit Rosa de Castille, Prenda shinishima huashka, shano hurashka, huya, huya. And suddenly, she came to a little pond. It was water from the sky, agua del cielo, agüita linda. Oh, she deserved a bath. She had walked for so many hours. She had climbed. She was full of blood. And so she took her clothes off, washed them, stretched them out, and got into the agua del cielo. Y ahí se bañó. When she got out of there, her clothes were dry. She got dressed. And she started to comb her long black hair. Aquel cabello negro, negro. But she couldn't make her braids because she had lost her listones de colores. Her ribbons were gone. So she looked to one side and to the other. And there they were. Machintamboy and pigidi, machintamboy cans peguaibi. The stars, las estrellas, miles de estrellas brillando. And so she decided to maybe just love una chiquita, poquita, y agarró una estrella y se la puso en el cabello. Oh, that felt good. She grabbed otra estrella. Y otra estrella, y otra estrella, y otra, y otra, y otra, y otra. And soon that woman was shining so bright that Ejiaru, el sol, the sun, came up to her in silence. He knelt down, bowed, and went back to work. No tuvo que decir nada a la mujer. And there in the valley, light started to come up. And that red ball of fire started to rise into the sky. Okisaco intonatiu, intotonametl xiuxpiltlontli, cuauhtlehuaninsin auhomnotlatocas, auxemilhuitis, kiux itla imochihuas, in icoitlapan, inyatlapa, magimotequitilis, magimotlacotilis, totecuillo juané. And everything was pink, orange, bright, bright yellow, beautiful. She could see the whole valley now. And she was curious. Anybody can be curious. La curiosidad, pues, no se resiste. So she decided to try and find her village. And yes, there was la plaza, la iglesia, la casa de Doña Maria. Look, it's there. And her little house, there it was. And her smoke kitchen, very small. Hey, but there was her daughter reading a book as always, but she was cooking. She didn't even know her daughter could cook. And she tried to find her field with her corn, el maicito ahí que estaba creciendo, y ahí estaba su milpa. Ha! But in the field were her husband and her son. They were working. And not only working, but they seemed to be having a good time. At that point, she knew she had to make a decision. She could go back to where she was born, the village, to be with her family, back to where she works, even before the sun is up, until the sun is down. Go back to where she's scolded and called, mujer no sirves para nada, you're good for nothing. Or she can stay. She can stay there, next to the sky, bathe in agua del cielo. She can talk to Zana the moon. She can play with the stars. And yes, Lucila made her decision. Algarrobo, algarrobal,
Qué lindas se ven tu rama cuando empiezan a brotar. Cuando empiezan a brotar, señal que viene llegando el tiempo del carnaval, el tiempo del carnaval. Algarrobo, algarroba, cuando canta los coyullos me dan ganas de llorar, me dan ganas de llorar, de puro gusto mi vida por